Hello, Libra, Libra Sun, Libra Rising. I'm going to read this for Libra Rising though, because I'm reading for like with whole sign houses, so it matches up better with Libra Rising, but you can listen for whatever you want. So this is for August 23rd to 27th, and there's a couple of things in the middle of the week that I want to talk about. So let's get into that. Basically, for you, Libra rising, Mercury in Virgo, which Mercury is thinking, communicating, and analysis, and uh, possibly writing. But in Virgo, he's in his home place. He's got all of his tools and all of his powers, and it's like fully charged up Mercury in your 12th. Your 12th house is a place of taking time away from the world just to say, I am removing myself from daily life, basically, and going into a deep place in your mind where you're like, almost a little too much. It can be a little too much. I'm a Libra rising and I've been dealing with this with like Mercury there, a fully charged up Mercury. Yes, it's like the mental agility is, really strong. But to have it in the 12th house can be kind of going over things a little bit too much, where you might find yourself nitpicking yourself or feeling like your own worst enemy kind of thing, instead of going through that 12th house stuff and saying, maybe we can, maybe we can have, sorry, there's this thing. It's kind of cool, but I wonder what it is. I don't know. I'll wait and figure that one out. Oh, it's just the backlight. Okay. The 12th house could be kind of tearing yourself down. So maybe think about that as this transit wraps up, that it's like, it's not this bad, but you're kind of going, that your mind is kind of going over things a little too much in that place. It's great, and it's good to sort out that place of like your deep psychological why you're doing things or why you're not doing things. It's like an addict where you've put your stuff and you're like, I just can't deal with all of this stuff. We're going to just warehouse it away. So you've warehoused away stuff that, it has to be sorted through and dealt with sometimes. But with a Mercury Virgo, it can be very nitpicky going through that. It's not exactly calm and gentle. It's like, very regimented sorting and discerning, I guess. So that is happening with your 12th house right now. Meanwhile, on the 24th, tomorrow, that Mercury will be in opposition to, we're already feeling it, to Neptune in Pisces in your 6th. So Neptune is kind of like everything not Mercury. It's like, oh, facts and numbers. No, that's not what we do with Neptune. Neptune is like dissolving and blurring. It's fog, and it's like if you just put cotton candy all over the lens of something, and it's just like, I don't know if it's real or if it's like, it's very deceiving. It's just like, this is good, it could look good, but it also does not. Once the fog lifts in the morning, so does the dream, and so does the whatever Neptunian situation was. This is good energy for like poetry, arts, dance, coming up with like, filming something beautiful and like ethereal and almost like underwater or dream like. This is like very great for dreams. And also, I forgot to say this before, like kind of a psychic, like being more open and fluid with dreams, but with just like what do they call it? It's like that thing. It's like audible information that comes in. I can't remember the right name for it right now, but it's basically like picking up extra sensory kind of information. That's definitely Mercury and Neptune. So that's the best that you're going to get there. The worst, I would say, is Mercury, the facts, the analysis, the numbers, the hardcore, this is what it is, being blurred, obscured, and dissolved by Neptune in the 6th is almost like, yeah, your own worst enemy. But that 6th house also has to do with hard work, that may not deal with your career. It's just like stuff you have to do. It could deal with small animals or maybe people who work under you, but it also could deal with health. And this is really the axis, the 12th six of like mental health, physical health. So it could be, something, maybe a temporary loss of balance in that way, where you're saying, why am I feeling off balance or off kilter in some way? And it's, like kind of taking things too far, where it's not grounded in reality. It's not grounded in reality because Neptune is fogging the reality. But then once this clears and Neptune is gone, then you'll be able to get, regain your conscious state again and be like, okay, this is real. I see Neptune can make things like very great and grandiose, like, oh my God, we had the greatest time and we're getting married. Or it can make it very dire, like everything's horrible. I am a horrible person and I've ruined everything. It's like very dramatic and not real. It's just really not real. It's kind of like this light that is coming through. It's like, what is happening? Is this person magical, or is it just the light that happens to be coincidentally bouncing off? You know what I mean? So it's not something to hang your hat on at the end of the day. It will dissolve, it will evaporate. But we just want to make sure that, during this time, we just keep our feet on the ground and try to remember that this is only kind of a passing moment. Don't get caught up with tearing yourself down too much, because, this is not really at all coming from a place of reality. So that is happening. And then with Mercury in the 12th, still in that place of like the attic, why can't I say that? And the warehousing of the stuff, analyzing, nitpicking, why do I have this? What is going on? But then it will, on the 26th trine, Pluto in Capricorn in your 4th. So a trine is like the nature of Jupiter. It's expansive. It's good. It's like sitting down next to someone and being like, oh, we have all this in common and everything's really just working. It's a great, good, building, cooperative thing. Pluto is not really about chit chat. Pluto is about like, let's get down to why are we, like the underbelly of things, how this started, where is it going, why are we doing what we're doing. And it's like wanting to get down to the depths of something that might be kind of uncomfortable, and it might have to do with home. And I mean, definitely maybe father in the 4th house. It could be grandparents too. Home, family, ancestry. There's something about Pluto sitting there, and it's been there for a long time, where it is making you kind of have to go deep into that realm, whatever it might be. And there's a situation there where, Mercury and Pluto working together, that's a flow of communications with that deep understanding. And just one other thing, this is happening this week, but then next week we're going to be getting, because Mercury's in the last bit of Virgo, and we're going to be getting Mars in the last bit of Virgo, crossing the same gauntlet, basically, or not gauntlet, but the same path. So Mercury goes opposite Neptune and then trines Pluto. Okay, but then next week we're going to be having like an echo of this, but it's going to be through the lens of Mars. So Mars will be opposing Neptune and then trining Pluto. And Mars is a completely different flavor, because Mars is fighting, dividing your will, how to get something, being more assertive and your get up and go. It's not communicating and thinking, it's doing. So I would just see what happens in these next few days and maybe wait for next week, because it's going to probably pick up the heat a little bit then with something, and not necessarily in a bad way, but like turning words and thoughts into actions. So that will be interesting. And that is what I have for Libra Sun and Libra Rising. And I will be back next week with more. All right. Thank you.